Hello, comeback queens. It is day 5. Yes, it is. I'm so excited and I got my curls out popping. And I am so excited about today because today we are talking about being intentional. Oh, yes, it is so important that we are intentional with our time, intentional with our money, intentional with our resources, intentional with our energy. Yes, it is. So now that we have dealt with our fear, we have gotten clear on our vision, we have also checked our resources, and we have also checked our tribe. All of those things are linking together, and there is nothing better to talk about than being intentional. Now, the consequences of not being intentional will mean lost time. You've ever had a whole day go by and you get to the end of the day and you think, what did I do? What did I get done? That means you weren't intentional. Or have you gotten paid on Friday and then on Monday, you're like, what happened to $300? Where did I spend that? Or where did I spend $100 or however much it is? And you're like, I have no clue what happened to that money because you weren't intentional. So it's important to be intentional, especially when you are in the mix of trying to get to the next level. You've set some goals for yourself, and because we are in this program together and we are working on getting to that next level, we have to be intentional. So that means, hey, I cannot be on social media for 5 hours a day. You have to set your day up, which I would recommend you do that the night before. Not just making a to-do list of things that you want to do, but in order to be productive and to maximize your time, you actually need to put some times and time limits on it, put deadlines on it. So it's not just saying tomorrow morning I need to run to the bank, I need to do some social media and marketing, I also need to check a couple of emails and get back to these people, I need to pitch to 5 people, and I need to apply to 10 jobs. Yeah, okay, that's awesome. That's an awesome list. If you've already, if this is supporting a particular goal, but when are you going to do it? So it's 9 a.m. I'm going to check my email. I'm going to give myself 40 minutes to check email, to respond, to also pitch, or to also reach out to people. Then I'm going to take a 20-minute break to have a coffee. At 10 o'clock, I'm going to get back and do an hour of setting myself up for social media for the week or for the next 3 days. You see what I'm saying? That way you stay on track. And so when you get to the end of your day, you can actually look back and say, I got this done, I got this done, I get this done. Trust me. It is not enough to just do a to-do list. You have to allot time. So you have to be intentional about your time. So let's talk about resources. I think one of the craziest things would be to have all of the resources that you need, which you do have, and not be able to use them because you're not intentional. You see what I'm saying? You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan and you have to have a strategy. That way you can be intentional with your relationships. It's not about being opportunistic, but it's about being intentional. Hey, I have this gift and this talent. I want to barter with you. I want to share with you in exchange. I would like you to be able to help me with this. Intentional. You want to be living a life of purpose. You want to live on purpose every single day. You want to be living on purpose. So when you set your goals, which hopefully you're doing 90-day goals, which is a whole nother program. When you're doing 90-day goals, you have action steps, right? So you have your goals. Maybe there are 5 or 10 goals. Maybe you're doing something in love and relationship. You're doing something in career and in finances and health and fitness and those categories. And you have your individual goals and you say, these are my action steps. So at the end of the 90 goals, I want to lose 15 pounds. These are my action steps. I will work out 3 days in the gym. I will go running 3 days in the park. Action steps. You understand what I'm saying? That way you're being intentional. It keeps you from getting to a deadline and then wondering, why didn't I accomplish that thing that I put as a goal, what happened to the time? Intentional. Now, the other thing that is great about being intentional is actually having an accountability partner. That is so very important, to have someone who can hold you accountable for those things that you are being intentional about. So if you say that you want to lose 15 pounds and you say that the action steps you're going to take are to work out 3 days a week and go to the park and run for 3 days, then it's great to have someone who's also holding you accountable. It doesn't mean that they're out there working out with you. It just means that they're checking in on you. So it is so important to be intentional so that you don't live your life in autopilot. You don't want years and years to go by and you look back and you say, geez, I didn't get anything accomplished. As for myself, I can tell you exactly what I got accomplished last year, the year before, and the year before. Because I keep track of it. I know what my challenges were. I know what things I did to overcome it. I can tell you, I can be very descriptive. And some people, unfortunately, they just can't. They can't remember what they got accomplished last month because they're not being intentional with your time. So if your goal is to, I don't know, get a degree or get a promotion, how are you going to get there? Okay, so in order for me to get a promotion, I probably should brush up or add these skills to my resume. So I'm going to take this class, or I'm going to self-teach myself on YouTube a skill that I need to get the promotion. That way I am being intentional. I'm not just waiting for someone to give me a promotion or to give me a title or to give me a job. I am being intentional, especially if you can see and say, okay, I see that I want to be here, and I realize, especially looking at this job description, I'm missing this, and this. How can I get those 3 skills so that I can get this position? Or is it, hey, I would like to meet you for coffee? Seeing someone and saying, that is the job that I want to be in that position, they inspire me, and I want to meet with them. I want to meet with them so they can give me some ideas. Be intentional. Every single day, you should be working on your dreams. There should not be not one day that you didn't do something that you worked on your dream. And I would encourage you, you can play it safe and do 1 or 2 things. I sent an email, I reached out to someone, I did a little research on some courses, but I would encourage you to take some huge, massive steps. Like, what is something that scares you like crazy? Do it. Do it. Because time is of the essence. I'm going to tell you a really short story. I am part of this journalism group, and they send emails throughout the day because it's a listserv. And one of the emails was about one of the members who unfortunately is really, really ill and seems to not be doing very well. And in this email was an encouragement for the members to reach out to her and to just say a kind word to her because she was still reading the listserv. But in this email, it was actually an email from this person. Her name is Carol. And she actually was saying how grateful she was to be in a group, and she thought that after all these years of fighting cancer that she would not be in this position, and that when the time came to feel free to reach out to her or her husband for details on basically her funeral. And I thought, wow, how graceful do you have to be to know that you're facing death and to be ready to say, these are my last days, contact myself or my husband if you're looking for information about my funeral. And I just thought, life is so short. Life is so short. Life is so, I don't even know how old she is. She could be 70, she could be 50, she could be 92. I still would say life is so short. And you really don't have the time to waste. You don't have the time to go weeks and weeks and weeks doing the same routine, getting up in the morning, going to work, going home, cooking, being too tired to work on your life, and going to sleep. You don't have the time for that. And I'm not saying that those things are not important, but how can you incorporate the things that are going to push you to the next level? How can you schedule your day so that during your lunchtime you can be intentional? You can write a few pages of the book that you've been trying to work on. Or maybe on the weekend working on speeches that you want to use when you start your speaking tour. Or maybe, taking some classes about, whatever skill you want to learn or business you want to open. You have to be intentional with your time. It's so important. You do not want to get to the end of your life and think, gosh, all that time that went by, I could have did this, I could have this, and I could have did that. You don't want that. So that is the importance of being intentional. I would love to hear what you have to say. And woohoo! Day 5. Have a great one.